This is Reflex Image. If this is the first time visiting, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And also turn on the notification icon. If you have any question, you can contact me and I'll get back to you. And also, if you're interested in getting any of my picture editing files, they're also available in my store. And if you want to get all my raw files and free files that you can use to practice with, kindly join my Telegram group. The link is in the description below, or you can just type or Reflex Image on your Telegram channel on Telegram. So it's going to take you directly to my channel. So let me tell you a bit about how this picture has been created. Actually, it was on this Facebook Saturday. I was kind of bored, so I had to tell my friends to create something extraordinary. So I just invite my homies over. We actually got some newspaper, then we decided to use it for an outfit. So that's how we come about this shoot. We took our time. Actually got expect to. We applied the newspaper there. We use the newspaper for the bangle and also uh, the necklace she's wearing. So just want to create something extraordinary. So and I'll be showing you how I did the editing, how I did the manipulation to get this actual result. So with no further ado, let's jump into action. So here's what our before looks like. So I just did something. I just did something different there. You see, I'm using two separate background colors. So I'm trying to know how to blend in some background with each other and get a nice result. So I'll be showing you how I do the blending and stuff etc. But what I won't be showing you, as I always tell you guys, I won't be showing you the retouching. If I want to do a retouching, I'll do the complete video of the retouching on its own without touching any other thing again. So all I will be doing here is to be doing my manipulation and color grading. So with no further ado, let's jump into action. Now we are in our camera raw settings because I shoot with raw, and I'm currently using my Canon 6D right now. I actually switched from 60D to 60, a full frame camera. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm using Canon 6D. A 2 light setup, Godos 8200 Pro as my major light and my TT520 flashlight as my additional light in conjunction with 2 beauty dish. So with no further ado, let's jump into action. So I've actually done the settings I need in my camera raw. The next thing I'll be doing right now is to open my image. So I'll just click on open. So here's what our picture looks like when I import it into Photoshop. So now let's jump straight to manipulation. So the first step you all know I like doing is background extension. I don't like the way the background is right now. And you also know I love this particular size, which is my 4 by 5 pixel. So I'll just go to my crop tool, I'll click on it, I'll just adjust, I'll drag till I see fit, as you can see. So I'll adjust it till I get what I need, and I'll click on my OK, as you can see. But right now I want to fill the background with the initial backdrop I'm using right now. So I'll just click on my rectangle marquee tool over here. I'm going to drag over this side also. So once I drag over it, I just have to click my Ctrl T for free transform tool. Hold down my shift key, then I'm going to drag to the left. Once I'm done, I'll just click on my OK, Ctrl D to deselect. So I'll repeat the same step here again. Whatever you're doing while selecting, make sure it's not touching any part of your model or anything she's wearing or anything she's holding, like newspaper here. I'm trying to avoid the newspaper as much as possible. So once I'm done with the selection, I just have to click on my Ctrl T for free transform, hold down my shift key, then I'm also going to drag to this side also, as you can see right now. Once I'm done, I just have to click my OK, Ctrl D to deselect. So I'll repeat the same step at the top also again. Ctrl T for free transform, hold down my shift key, then I'm going to drag up. I'll click on my OK, Ctrl D to deselect. So I'll do the same thing at this foot aspect also. So Ctrl T for free transform, hold down my shift key, then I'll drag down. I'll click on my OK again, Ctrl D to deselect. So the issue we're having right now, we are still having this my beauty dish over here, which you don't want. So let me show you another technique to remove that right now. I just have to come to my polygonal axis tool over here. I'll make sure it's on addition, but you can just leave it in whatever place you want it to be, as long as you are making a single selection. But if you're about to make like 2-3 selection, make sure it's on addition. So I'll just click my polygon. I'm going to circle around it like this. Once I meet up with the first edge again, I'll just right click on it. I'll go to my fill. Under my fill, I'll make sure I'm clicking on my content aware. Then I'll click on my OK button. I'll wait for the AI to do the job for me. wait for it. As you can see, boom, automatically actually remove that row with just a single click. So that being said, now that's the first step. So the next step now is for we to remove our model from the background, as you all know. So this step is one of the steps you need to know how to do the most, because if you did not remove your model perfectly from the background, you can't get a nice manipulation. You will have problem when it comes to the finalizing the color grading aspect. You are going to have some problem there. So try as much as possible to know how to remove background perfectly from picture. So there are so many things we can actually use to do that, but as you all know, I love using my quick selection for a start. It's going to do a part of the job for me, then I'm going to complete it up using other tools I have. So firstly, now before we start any manipulation, let's duplicate our layer first. The reason we are duplicating our layer is that most of the time we tend to make mistake, so it's better for you to work with much layer as possible. In case you make any mistake, you can actually delete the layer you're working on. So go back to the previous step and start from that previous step instead of you to start from the beginning again and start editing. So whenever you make the mistake, you can just easily delete the step you take there and pick up another new layer and duplicate it again and start working back. So now let's duplicate our background layer now by clicking on Ctrl J. So once you do that, now I'm going to pick my quick selection tool. I'm currently using Photoshop CC19. So if you are using CC17 above, you should be able to have this picture over here, and it's very easy and straightforward to use. And most of the time it does 90%, sometimes 100% of the job for us. And especially if you are using a picture that has a sharp edges, so it's going to do a perfect selection for you. But in case it does not do that, there's other way to make amendment to your picture. So now on the polygon, on the quick selection tool right now, I just have to click on my select subject. So I'll wait for the AI to do the job for me, to select my model for me. So we have to wait for it. So as you can see right now, it's already gave me a head start. So what I just need to do right now is just to make few amendments to it. As you can see, I actually did a nice selection for me. So I'll be adding and removing from some selection. But this time around now, I'll be using my polygonal axle tool instead of my quick selection to complete the job. So I'm going to pick my polygonal axle tool. So right now, let me start from here. As you can see, it actually cropped the background for us, which is not what we want. So we are going to change it from addition over here. We change it to subtraction. Once you over it, it's going to bring the option for you that you're on subtraction. So on the subtraction here right now, I'll just have to click. I'll click out. So I want to remove from the selection. As you can see right now, here is the subtraction. So let me scroll over another area again if I can still see any subtraction again. Okay, like over here now, this is going to be on addition. So I'll switch back to addition. So I'm going to scroll over here. As you can see right now, here will be on subtraction. So I'll switch it back to subtraction again. So we are going to do that to all the steps until we get what we need. So I'm going to fast forward this step for now. See you guys at the end of my cropping. So now let's say we're done with the selection for now. So the next thing I'll be doing right now, I'll be maxing my selection. I'll be creating a layer mask on it. So here's the panel over here. Here's the navigational panel over here. So just click on it. So you will know that if it has actually removed the background for you. So what you just need to do now is to turn off the background layer. As you can see, it has actually removed the background for us. Even though it's not all that perfect, but we still get something nice. So the reason it's not that perfect is that we still have some strands or background left in the air side. So we are going to make amendment to that one. So how are we going to do that now? To double click on the mask. Once you double click on it, it's going to load up another panel for you. So zoom in, zoom it in. So the next thing we'll be doing, make sure you pick your second brush, then you scroll over the area you want to remove the background from. So I'm going to scroll over it. So it's going to delete the background and leave the hair for me. Anything that is relating to the background is going to do the deleting for me, then it's going to leave the hair for me, as you can see right now. So I just have to click on my OK, as you can see right now. So actually remove our picture, our background perfectly now. So that being said, right now the next thing we need to do now is to clean our background to make it look seamless. So I'll be doing that in the next 1 minute. See you guys in the next 1 minute. Let's go on a short break for now. So in case you're interested in getting any of my picture editing file, from my overlays down to my color lookup, which is my lot file, so you just have to scroll down to your video. So under the comment, this is my description. So it's not going to load the description for you. You just have to click on show more, click on it. So it's going to show all the options. Once it does that, just click on my store link. So here's my store link. Once you click on it, it's going to take you directly to my store. So you can actually select any file you want. From the color lookup, this is a light skin LUTs. This is a feather which I use in my recent video. This is 100 premium baby overlays. This is my first video course. This video course entails on how to download all the files I want. The site I use in downloading all my files free of charge, including my Photoshop panels also. This includes my PNG files. This includes all my packs, all my picture editing files, my premium overlay, my PNG, my flying fabrics, my color lookup, my presets. So once you buy this, you've already bought everything apart from this one. So here is my flying fabrics. Here is my, in case you want to give me any project for me to work on. Here's my color lookup. Here is my background overlay, and here is my preset file. So in case you're interested in buying anyone, you can actually go for them. The good news there is that you can actually buy your own currency, any currency of your choice. You can buy with any currency of your choice. Welcome back, guys. So now the next thing we need to do now is to smoothen the background to make it look seamless. So for you to do that now, firstly, we've already removed our model from the background. So this time around now, let's duplicate our background layer once again by clicking on Ctrl J. So this time around now, we want to delete the background from the model. The first thing we did is we delete the background from the model. This time around, we'll be deleting the model from the background on this layer over here. So how we're going to do that is for we to make the selection back, but for it to make it easier for us, we already make the selection, which is on our marks right there. So once we hold on our Ctrl key and click on it, it's going to bring back the selection for us. As you can see right now, it's going to bring the selection back for us. So all you just need to do now is just to go to select. Under select, go to modify, then click on expand. Make sure you're expanding by 8 pixel. Expand by 8 pixel, then you click on your OK. So after it loads up, just click on your delete key, then you click on Ctrl D to deselect, Ctrl D. So if you have to turn off the background layer and to turn off your model layer, as you can see right now, we've actually done what we promised to do. But the issue I'm having right now is that I can't actually just smoothen the background right now together because we are using two separate backgrounds, two separate color of background. If I'm to do that, one is going to affect the other. But so I have to separate the both. So I have to separate the two together. So how am I going to do that? I can use my quick selection to make the selection, make sure it's an addition. Then I'll increase the brush size. So I'll scroll over the area. I'll scroll over it, as you can see right now. So it actually does select a nice outcome for us, but it's already crossed the boundary right now. So I'm going to change it to subtraction. I'm going to reduce from the selection again, just tiny bits, just to make our selection perfect. So this is the first side I will be applying my Gaussian blur on, but I won't be doing that right now. Firstly, I'm going to separate it by clicking on Ctrl J. As you can see right now, we really have this compartment over here. So I'm going to turn off this other one again. So I'm still going to Ctrl click on it. I'll come back to this one over here right now. Then I'll click on Ctrl Shift and I to invert the selection. So that's going to select this other parts now. I'll still click on Ctrl J right now. As you can see right now, if I want to turn off this layer again, turn this off. So you can see I separated this, I separated the other one also, which is this. So I did separate the two backgrounds together, so for me to get a nice outcome. So now I won't be turning on all of the layers for now. I'll only be working on the background layer. So please just pay attention because this might get a little bit confusing. So this is the color I'll be working on, which is the background over here. So what I'll be doing right now, I'm going to click on it, then I'll duplicate it once more by clicking on Ctrl J. So while duplicating it, I'm going to clip on it. I'll right click on the one I just duplicated right now and create a clipping mask. Then I just have to go to my filter. Under filter, I'll go to blur, then I'll click on my Gaussian blur. So I'm going to use about 150 or so as my Gaussian blur. I think 135 is okay. Then I just have to click on my OK, wait for it to load up. So let me show you the reason why I use my Gaussian blur. Let me turn back my background layer on right now. So if I'm not to use the reason why I use my clipping mask, so if I'm to release the clipping mask right now, release, so you can see it is not only smoothing our background for us, it also affects the other background which I have over here. As you can see, it's going to affect this, which is not what I want to happen. So once I clip it, it's not going to pass the range that it's supposed to be, as you can see right now. So I'll do the same step in this particular one again, this other color, which is the layer over here. I'm going to turn the layer back on, then I'll click on Ctrl J to duplicate again. Then I'm also going to mask this by creating a clipping mask. As you can see, I still have to go to my filter. Under filter, I'll click on my Gaussian blur, wait for it to load up. As you can see, boom, automatically it's going to get the job done for us. So it's going to separate the background into two different colors and apply the Gaussian blur for us. But the issue I'm having right now, the shadow on our foot is no longer there. I know we need the shadow to make our picture look more realistic. So, and this is the one we actually blurred at this part of the background, which this is the one, this one we have over here. Let me turn it up so I can see what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to click on it, then I'm going to create a layer mask on it. Here's the layer mask over here. Once I click on it, I'll pick up my brush too, make sure it's at 100% opacity, and I'll make sure the brush color is on black. So I'm going to increase the brush size until I see fit. Then I'm going to scroll over the foot. As you can see, actually brought back our shadow for us, which will make our manipulation look more realistic. So that being said, now we can actually just add a little bit of thing and export a picture, or you can even start color grading from this step. Actually gotten something nice so far, but let's start with our manipulation. Firstly, I will bring in an overlay file. I'll be using just a single overlay in this particular manipulation. So I just have to go to my file manager. I'll go to where my files are. I'll go to where they are. Then I'll pick the overlay I'll be using right now. I'll scroll down and search for the particular one I use in the picture. Okay, here's the one I'll be using. I just have to drag it down to my Photoshop, so you can see right now. Note, whatever you're dragging, make sure it's directly above your model layer. You might be saying, I say it should be directly above my model layer. Why is my model not showing? The reason is that I'm yet to turn off my model layer, which is the uppermost layer right now. So after I extend this background till I see fit, I'm going to turn it back on. So let me just extend it until I get to the size I want. So okay, I think I like it around this way. I just have to click on my OK. So now let me turn my model layer back on, as you can see right now. But now, while we brought in the overlay, it actually came with its own color. So we won't be needing that color in this place right now. So we have to desaturate it by clicking on Ctrl Shift and U. But it won't work right now. Ask me why. The reason is that we are yet to remove our background from smart object. It's still a smart object. So just right click on it, click on rasterize layer. So now once you click on Ctrl Shift and U, it's going to desaturate it for us right now. So now we actually kill the background, but we do not get what we need. So what you just need to do now is to change the blend mode from normal. We change it down to soft light. Boom. Automatically it's going to give us a nice outcome. So the initial background will be showing and also the one you brought in at the same time. So that being said, now the next step is for we to just bring in additional features like the cloud I made use of and the newspaper I use. So I'll still go to my file manager again. I'll go to my file manager. Actually just got the file. Just go to my download. Okay, search for it. Here's the newspaper that is on the foot. Just have to drag it to my Photoshop. I'll drag it. I'll adjust the size to whatever size I want it to be. So I'll put it in whatever location I want it to be. Let me say I want it to be around this way. I'll click on my OK. I'll just have to hold down my Alt key. I'll hold down my Alt key to duplicate it. Hold down the Alt key, then I'll drag. So it's going to duplicate it for me to make it 2. So you can see right now, we are just trying to make it more realistic as possible. But you can just decide to create a little bit of shadow there to make it look more real again. But for you to create the shadow, it has to be above the two objects you just brought in now. So once you click the layer directly above it, the layer directly below it, you just have to create an empty new layer on it. Then you pick your polygonal axle tool, you scroll over the edges a little bit like this. So we are trying to form a shadow on our own. Scroll over it like this. Make sure it's an addition because we are doing two subject right now. So you can see now. So just scroll over it this way. Scroll over it. Okay, once you're done, just right click on it, go to feather, make the feather 40 pixel, click on your OK, right click once again, go to fill. Now remove from content aware to fill with color, then make sure it's on complete black, then you click on your OK, Ctrl D to deselect. You actually created a realistic shadow right now. So that being said, now let's bring in the last PNG file we'll be using, but this one has to be above and one has to be below. So I'll just go to my file manager. So I'll be picking my cloud. Here's the cloud I will be using. I just have to drag it down to my Photoshop. You can actually export a picture this way, but I just want to make something dramatic. So I'll just adjust the size, take it to whatever location I want it to be. Okay, I want this to be below R. I'll click on my OK. So I'm going to duplicate it by clicking on Ctrl J, Ctrl J. This one I'm going to drag it to above our head. Then I'm going to move it to whatever location I want it to be, which is here. I want it to be around there. So you can see right now. So that being said, I just have to click on my OK. The next step now is just for you to start color grading. We've actually gotten something nice so far, but the issue is that it's not looking all that perfect because we have actually not color graded it. We have to blend in all the colors all together. So my first step in color grading is for me to create a vintage. As you hold, I will hold down my shift key, then I'm going to circle around my model this way. Then I'm going to drag it to whatever location I want it to be using my navigational panel. So once I'm using my control keys, I mean to say, so once I'm in the perfect location, I just have to invert my selection by clicking on Ctrl Shift and I, so that it's going to be selecting the opposite direction. The next thing, you just have to go to my adjustment layer, then click on my solid color. I'll fill it 100% black. Click on my OK. I'll click on the marks. Here's the marks over here. Then I'm going to load up my property. So if your property is not here, just go to your window, under window, search your property. Once you click on it, it's going to pop up this way. So I'm going to increase my feather to about 600 or so. 671 is okay. Then I'll bring down the opacity to about 30%. Okay, 25% is okay for me. The last and final step is for me to bring in my best color grading lots, which is my Mela chocolate. I just click on my adjustment layer, click on my color lookup, then click on load 3D lots. Scroll down till I see my Mela chocolate. I'll click on it, boom. Automatically it's going to color grade the picture for us, actually giving us a low light vibe, which is what I actually like in my picture. So with just few steps, we actually created something artistic in nature. You can just decide to go extremize by bringing in newspaper as the background and stuff, but I prefer my design this way, and I think you guys also love this also. So that's all for today's tutorial, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and also turn on the notification icon. If you have any question, you can contact me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. See you guys on my next tutorial. One love.